While we do not know what we're drinking, looking at the color of these in the glasses has me singing a little Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. These are looking quite dark, but who knows if they're going to be awesome or leave us disappointed. We are completely blind. Let's get into this tasting.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. Thanks for joining us. If you are new here, we are a husband and wife just hanging out, sipping some whiskey, bringing you along for the journey. Like I said, we are blind. We've drawn this matchup at random from our blind sample pool full of a bunch of bourbons and ryes. We don't know if they're available versus allocated, expensive versus inexpensive. Could be almost anything, and there are even some curveballs in there to keep us on our toes, but we're going to smell them, taste them, rate them. And then we're going to find out the price and see if that changes our rating before we find out what we're drinking. We do it this way so you get the most honest opinions possible because we can't be biased without knowing what we're drinking.
Yeah.
So let's get into the nose on glass one.
This one singed the nostrils a bit.
Yeah, I think I lost all the hair in my nostrils on my right side.
Yeah?
They gone.
Yeah. It smells pungent, like, believe it or not, alcohol. And also kind of butterscotch.
Butterscotch, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't hate that note. To me, this is coming through with a boatload of vanilla, and it's also got some brown sugar, got a little bit of cherry in there. This smells awesome to me.
I'm getting the brown sugar.
Yeah, it smells powerful, but it smells awesome. It smells deep, dark, rich, dense. These are the kind of noses I like. 2 thumbs up nose on glass one. Let's see if the palate matches the drapes.
Pretty deep and dark.
Yeah, a little drying.
A little drying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the proof or if it's a nuttiness in the profile, but boy, that's a powerful.
I do feel subtly like I jumped into the deep end of the pool and got the chlorinated water up my nose and down my throat.
Okay.
A little bit, but I don't hate it, but it's not comfortable.
Okay. I'm getting a wild thing on the finish that I don't even know how to describe. It's almost like the after sensation if you have a cough drop or something like that kind of lingering in the throat,
like breathy, like Vicks, like if Vicks Vapor Rub could coat your throat.
Kind of. It's a little.
Like a menthol?
It's a little minty. It's a little cherry. It's a little syrupy.
It's like like a menthol cough lozenge.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I took a spoonful of cherry syrup, not cherry cough syrup, but like cherry syrup that had been aged in a barrel, and drank that, and I can just still feel the syrup in my throat. That's a wild sensation. I don't get that on many things.
I definitely get like a menthol cough lozenge right here where my esophagus or my what's it, Adam's apple?
Yeah.
Where Adam's apple is.
Your Eve's apple? Okay. Sip number 2 because you can't trust that first one.
Yeah, I'm still getting a little chlorinated water, but it's cherry flavored chlorinated water.
Man.
It's good though. Like I don't know how to say that and then also say it's good, but I mean it.
Yeah. Cherry, vanilla, oak, almond, kind of like a toasted almond. That is got a lot going on in there. It probably is a little bit more nutty than I tend to prefer, but there's still a lot of sweetness to accompany that. The nuttiness isn't taking away. It's not going earthy on me.
Man,
that's a really interesting pour.
It's definitely lingering. Like it's a stage 5 clinger.
Yeah, and I'm getting a lot of oak on the finish as well, and the finish is saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good on glass one.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. I would definitely say interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, more of a mood pour to me because of some of the unique elements in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not something I want to drink all the time, but when you do want to drink something like that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. This actually reminds me of a Pours Unknown we did recently where there was a pour that was really hot and like spicy, but it had no flavor. This is that with flavor. Yeah. This has flavor. It's hot and spicy. Feels proofy, but there's flavor there. So that gets a bump up in my opinion.
Smell glass 2. I'm excited to try this with the first glass being like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
If that one singed the nose hairs, this one like burnt them clean off.
My right nostril's taking a beating with this matchup.
You need to spread the love. Like sip out of both each.
Sip out of them? Just asphyxiate myself here.
Smell out of them. Take turns.
This one smells more rounded and balanced to me than the first one. It still has a lot of punch coming through, but
I can see
it
that.
smells more even, like well blended. And it's not just one note. There's a lot of things you could pick out, but they kind of blend together like a nice recipe does, like a nice meal.
Yeah. Rounded is a good way to say it. Like I picture like a round ball.
Yeah.
Like a dodgeball. Very rounded and together.
Yeah. Wow. This one smells awesome too. We're talking about experience wise, and these are both kind of experiential pours.
Yeah, I agree.
More so than they are specific flavor notes, but yeah, this one smells, to me, a lot of the same elements are in glass 2 that are in glass 1. They're just to different degrees. And it's again, more cohesive. Smells very classic bourbon-y, but let's get into the palate and see.
This one makes my lips tingle. I got a little bit on my lip, and now it's like burning a little.
Man, that is rich, dense, kind of coats everything.
It does. It's very sweet on the back end, too.
Yeah, fills up the whole palate with flavor. Even coated the roof of my mouth. It's everywhere. It's in there and taking over, setting up shop, planting its flag.
Yeah, it's definitely all in the mouth, though. Like where the other one kind of went down here and you can feel it. Like this is all coating the roof of my mouth, coating my whole mouth. But once it gets to the throat, it's gone.
It doesn't.
Can't believe I just said that.
It doesn't have the finish that one does.
Yeah.
To me, but man, this is, we
Let's
gotta
do
get another
sip.
sip.
This one has a little earthiness to it that I feel like is grounding to me.
To me now, I'm getting it here. That second sip, it's the finish is sticking.
I'm still getting it all over my mouth. I'm getting it on my tongue this time too. There's like an earthiness, like almost like a reminiscent of dirt.
Interesting.
That I feel like it's grounding it. It's like making it not too sweet.
I like the sweetness there. I think I'm getting a lot of sweetness. It seems, again, on the palate more cohesive than glass 1. Glass 1's a little bit more rowdy.
It is a little more rowdy, I will say that.
Glass 2 is a little bit more cohesive. I'm kind of getting this cherry cola, oak, heavy oak, whereas the first glass kind of leaned more towards that vanilla cherry. This is leaning more towards like the caramel, cherry, cola vein. Man, these are both really good. This is going to be a very tough matchup. I think I could probably...
I feel like I already have an answer.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I could, depending on my mood, I could probably taste these 10 times and it could probably go half and half. But we are going to take some time off camera. These are massive whiskeys. We need to let them do what they're going to do. Gauge the finishes properly. See if anything else jumps out at us while we're not talking to a camera.
Yeah.
We're going to do that, and we'll be right back with our results, our rankings, which one we prefer. Then we'll find out the price and see if that changes anything for us. Things are about to get very interesting.
Oh, yeah?
For me, at least. Where are you at on these two?
Mine is pretty straightforward. I prefer glass 2.
Really?
The more I drank it, glass 2 became more grounded, more full-bodied, more like rich, dark, deep. And then glass 1 was like glass 2's rowdy kid brother.
Kinda, yeah.
And I wasn't into that today. I really wanted like a grounded pour.
Okay. Ratings? You want to think about it while I'm saying what I gotta say?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For me, after spending some time with them, I'll say glass 1 is a mammoth whiskey. It is huge. Once you acclimate to the spice and the proof, it is massive flavor, huge finish. I love it. Glass 2 is also a absolutely mega whiskey, but it's not as rowdy. It's more balanced, and it's probably the thing I would reach for more often to drink. But I think 1, again, is more unique, more cool. 2 might be the better crafted whiskey, but there are days where, like, 1 is the bottle I pull out when I have friends over and I'm like, you got to try this. Glass 2 is more when I want high proof or something that's just really well balanced.
Yeah.
I'm probably reaching for glass 2.
Okay.
I say all that as like a little bit of a hedge or a contingency because I really love both of them. And it would be difficult for me to pick one or the other as a favorite because I love them both just for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, if I had to have a pour of one or the other again, it's a little earlier in the day here, so I probably would lean towards glass 2. But if this were later at night, glass 1 would probably be my winner.
Interesting.
This is a coin flip for me.
Okay.
I
What's your actual rating?
I'm 2 thumbs up on both of them.
Okay.
I love them.
I am actually going to go thumbs up on both of them For me, 2 thumbs up means I gotta have it. And I don't gotta have either of these. I do prefer glass 2. I was considering going 2 thumbs up on glass 2, but I don't have to have it. I do prefer it. And if I offered another glass of either one of these, I would pick another pour of glass 2. But glass 1 is also good, to your point. It's a mood pour. I would definitely gravitate towards glass 2 more often, though.
Yeah, as would I. All right, let's find out price and see if that changes anything for us before we find out what we're drinking. Price on glass number 1, number 15 in our sample pool is
$300.
Not surprised. What's price on glass number 2?
$80.
What?
I'm going 2 thumbs up on $80 for glass 2 because glass 2 felt more like a more expensive pour to me because it felt more balanced in like the spice, the sweetness, the darkness. They were all more in line. For $80, I feel like I do have to have a bottle of that because that's like some voodoo witchcraft in that bottle.
Yeah.
For that price point.
I'm definitely 2 thumbs up on glass 2. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can stay 2 thumbs up on glass 1. Again, it is mammoth whiskey. There's not a lot of things that do what glass 1 does.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would spend the money on it. I would, having now tasted that, if I could buy a bottle of that for $300 and I had the money in the budget.
Yeah.
I would buy that. I'm staying 2 thumbs up on both of these.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's hard for me to do that. My inclination at $300 is to say that I'm just a thumbs up, but that is epic level whiskey. But if you can't get this, which at $300, I'm going to assume this is either just expensive or hard to find or some combination of the both.
Yeah.
This is absolutely a comparable and suitable stand-in replacement.
It's different.
Yeah.
But it is a really good, in my opinion, better alternative.
Both have this huge cherry oak thing going. They just, glass 1's more vanilla, glass 2's a little bit more caramel.
Yeah.
But better balance in glass 2, better drinking experience in glass 2. It's just not as cool as glass 1.
Yeah, so I am going to stay thumbs up on glass 1, even though it is way out of my comfortable price range.
Yeah.
I do think it's well crafted, and I did enjoy it. Like, it was weird because it was like chlorinated pool water, but I kind of didn't hate it. It was almost like, please, sir, can I have some more?
It's very cool.
Which is like, I mean, that's saying something. Yeah. So.
All right, so I'm 2 thumbs up on both. You're thumbs up on glass 1, 2 thumbs up on glass 2. Let's find out what glass 2 is, the $80 pour.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522.
Really? Isn't that like 121 proof?
121 proof, yeah.
Man, it drinks so good. Sweet. Beautiful.
I felt the proof, but it drinks very nice proof. Like it's a nice proofy pour. Like you can tell it's proofy, but it doesn't offend you.
What's glass number 1?
William Heavenhill 17 year.
Oh.
And that's 120 proof.
Oh.
And the William Heavenhill is thanks to Brian Miller.
Brian, thank you so much for making this video happen.
My thought is that you can't find that anymore.
No, it's a distillery only release.
Okay.
The whole reason this was put in here was to see if Elijah Craig Barrel Proof could be a suitable replacement for something like William Heavenhill 17 year. Mm-hmm. And I think what we just found out is the special releases do some special cool things. I just say do.
You said do.
They do some special and cool things.
Yeah.
But just without knowing what you're drinking and not having that bottle and that hype and all that stuff there in front of you, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof does provide a slightly different but suitable replacement experience.
It's a different experience, but again, in my opinion,
preferential to you.
I like that experience better.
And I said that more often than not, I would reach for this over this.
Yeah.
But this is, to me, the more cool whiskey, but this is the blending and everything going on in here. And I specifically chose B522 for this matchup because it was back, it still had the 12-year age statement. It was close in proof, 120 versus 121. So very close there.
Very close proof point.
This batch of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522 kind of got criticized for not having a big proof statement or a big proof point on it, but
120 is good proof.
Yeah, but most Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs are like 125 to 133.
Okay.
So
let's not be proof hounds, y'all. 120 is high proof. Let's call a spade a spade.
It's sweet, it's balanced, it's rich, it's decadent, it's very desserty, and it's a wonderful pour.
Yeah, I agree.
We actually got a backup bottle of this, which is I almost never do that with Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs. The only ones I can think of in recent memory that I've gotten backups of are B522, C923, A1. No, I didn't even get a backup of A123. Those are the only two in recent years I've gotten backups of. Because I really do like this and think it's very good whiskey.
Yeah.
You can criticize it for not being as high proof as Elijah Craig barrel proof normally is. Forget what's on the label. The whiskey in the bottle is great.
Delicious.
Heavenhill 17. If I got an opportunity to buy one at the distillery, having now tasted it, I would be happy to buy one. I have no clue what they go for on secondary.
Yeah, I would pass on this if I had the opportunity to buy it.
That is crazy.
And I'd buy like 4 bottles of this.
Yeah. There you go. So hopefully this was a fun video. Hopefully it was informative to you. And if you can't get your hands on these distillery releases, there are other products out there. You know what's interesting is that we detected that there were a lot of flavor commonalities between these two, just in different levels
I
of
think
intensity.
I said this one was like the rowdy younger brother.
Yeah, it's older though, but it's definitely more rowdy.
It's more rowdy, so it makes me think younger brother.
Yeah. If you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do blind tastings like this all the time. And if you're good people who like good whiskey, you owe it to yourself to check out our Patreon. People have William Heavenhill 17. If you want to try it, post up that you would like a sample and try to work out a swap with somebody so you can try this for yourself. There are people who are over there that are just the best of the best of the best.
The creme de la creme.
And that's how we get to try so many things, because we do sample swaps with our friends over there, and it's a wonderful experience. So check that out over in the video description below. There's a link, and you can also find a link. Oh, by the way, that's where we release our barrel picks as well. So we pick a whole bunch of barrels every year, and you can get some of those down in the video description as well through our Patreon. And you can also get to our website, stuffandwhiskey.com over there, which is where we have shirts, glassware, cozy, cool items, all kinds of stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for watching, y'all. That's it for today. Be good to each other, and until next time.
Cheers.